My intentions in life right now are to antagonize the hell out of mediocrity and doubt and fear. And one of the ways in which I think that can be done is by inviting people in this age of protest. I'm not sure when this will be shown, but right now we're in a moment where people are pissed off about the way things are, but also longing for the possibility of what could be coming. And I'm loving the energy and the angst. And I'm loving the energy around what we are against and no longer will stand for. And I believe that there's a way in which if we only focus on what we are against, then we may miss what we're really for. And so sometimes when we focus on like what we're against, which are social systems, or white privilege, or economic systems that don't support the whole, when we focus only on what we are against in those models, we miss the opportunity for love. Because mostly what motivates what we are against is our fear. Our fear that we won't get ours. Our fear that our children won't have theirs. Our fear that the world won't be the place that will nurture human possibility. And the Bible says that perfect love casts out fear. So there's a way that being for love can eliminate fear. And so what happens then? Then our protests becomes more rooted in our real purpose in life. Like, what if your purpose could be your protest, right? What if I'm a musician and I don't ever have to use a piece of cardboard to put what I'm against on it and to walk about the streets? But what if I put pen to pad to write music that beautifully represents what I'm for so powerfully that it shakes the very nature of all hell in humanity and brings about heaven on earth as it is in heaven, one note at a time, one tune at a time, one song at a time. And so that's what I'm about right now. I'm about inviting as many barbaric, ridiculously imaginative artists together to believe that their art can be their activism. And not necessarily art that talks about what it's against, but art that paints a portrait of what it's for, be it beauty or hope or love, and allow that to do its work. So that's what I'm up to. I'm up to antagonizing the hell, which is fear, out of purpose and art right now. And I think that there's a way in which, you know, what frustrates us is essential to putting our finger on the pulse of what life we want. But I think we have to grow from irritation to intrigue. So that's the invitation. The invitation is to go from what irritates you into a state of intrigue as to why it irritates you, and then to move from intrigue into innovation. So it's like these three eyes that you can move, stones that you can move through from one side of the pond to the next. First, what pisses you off, then an intrigue. Like, why does this upset me so much? I think in between the irritation and the intrigue, sometimes we get stuck. And we don't ask the why questions, we just focus on the what systems we don't like, or the who are leading the systems that we don't care for, or the how the systems are keeping us down. But the heart of any good endeavor is why. So the transition from irritation to intrigue is a movement through the why. And then you move from intrigue as to like, why does this piss me off? Why is this happening? Into an innovation. So that's the invitation, is to turn your irritation into an intrigue and your intrigue into an innovation. What are we going to do that's ancient future, you know? And that's the other thing too, like sometimes when you only focus on your irritation, it's like your ass is to the future and your face is...
To film your ass?
Yes, please. Okay. And your face is to the past. And when your butt's to the future and your face is to the past, you're walking past backwards, right? And that means that you trip over things that you wouldn't normally trip over if your face was to the future. Because your face is to the past. You're focused on what has happened, even the past as recent as a moment ago, when someone insulted you, or when you saw a systemic moment of racism at work. If your butt is to the future and your face to the past, you are past backwards. And you are focused more on being againstward and not forward. And where can you go when you are againstward? Like, where's that really going, you know? But when we are forward, we turn our irritation into intrigue and our intrigue into an innovation forward. So my invitation is into the future. Not to dismiss the past. Like, there's a beautiful symbol in African traditions called the Sankofa bird. And the Sankofa bird is a bird, it's like a continental emblem of, and it's a bird that's moving forward but looking back. And so the idea is that African people believe in an ancient future, that there is a way in which our past can inform our future. So I'm not saying to eliminate the past. We should not ignore that racism is inherent and that slavery was a part of the work that made our nation great. However, we should be the Sankofa bird and look back and allow the past to inform how we're moving forward.
Home is forward.
Home is, it's this ancient future, bro. That's what I'm about right now. Next week, I don't know.